All right, how's it going, guys? I am going to go over the preview of the Bears' next game. We are now entering the division games. We have the Lions, we have the Vikings, we have the Lions again, and I'm not too sure after that. I think it might be the Rams then, week 14, week 10, week 11, week 12. No, I think we might face the Packers again. I'm not too sure, but um, for Bears fans, you have to feel pretty confident, even though people are starting to say, we haven't really faced good enough competition, and the good competition that we have faced, we have lost, and this is true. Um, the only I think the best team we possibly could have faced that we beat was probably the Seahawks, and that's not saying much. I mean, no doubt the Seahawks, they definitely turned it around. They're 4-4 now after a 0-2, 0-2, maybe 0-3 to start. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not going to look into that yet. But we should probably just calm down a bit. This is one of the games where we can prove that we are mold ourselves into a playoff spot, a playoff team. Now, if the Bears win this one, even if they split, even if they split with each other, the Lions and the Bears, even if they split with each other, I still think that we can get 10 wins. Yeah, 10 wins. If we can get both of the games against the Lions, we're looking at around 11-5, 10-6. But you never know what will happen. Um, at least we should be 8-8, which is a big improvement from last season. But already this has been a very nice year, improvement wise, and we didn't want to go. We didn't want to be bad again because we traded away our first round picks, obviously. So our roster is looking complete. We just have to have our young guys develop more. I think Eddie Jackson will has already developed into such a good playmaker in this league, one of the best. I think Adrian Amos, he's kind of having a down year, but he did have a good game against the Bills. So that's good. Roquan Smith had his best game of his career in the NFL. So our team is starting to come back together after a couple back-to-back losses against the Dolphins. A game that we should have won, 100%. We were intent on choking that one away, and we did. So, but we beat the Jet. We come back. We beat the Jets. We beat the Bills. Now it is time to go over the Lions. We previewed the Lions. Now let's start at the quarterback. Matthew Stafford hasn't been all that good um, this year, but let's not forget he is a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. So I would not Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. So I would not let I would not forget about Matthew Stafford if I were the Bears. I mean, I wouldn't underestimate him. He's having a down year, but he's still a Pro Bowl quarterback. You cannot overestimate him. So just keep that. They have to keep that in mind. He is still a Pro Bowl quarterback, one of the best in the league. I think you gotta keep an eye on him. He's not anything like a runner. He's not very mobile. He's a very good pocket passer. He can do a bunch of things on that. He's got some good receivers. Okay, he's got Kenny Galladay. He's having a pretty. I'd say he's having a pretty good year. Marvin Jones. They still have two good receivers in those two, Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay. Um, don't worry, I'll get to the running backs next. I know that you guys want to. Don't worry, I'll get to the running backs next. I know that you guys want to go over the running backs because the running backs they're starting to have a running game, which is something that they didn't have in a long time. So I will get to that. But the Lions have some good receivers even after trading away Golden Tate. I I think that was an okay move because they already had a couple good receivers again, Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones. So we also have to keep a lookout for that. Kenny Galladay has been a playmaker these past couple weeks, so you do have to keep an eye on him. I think Bryce Callahan and Kyle Fuller are going to have a tough time this week, but hopefully the guys up front can get busy and hopefully they can do what they're supposed to do, which is sack the quarterback. And the Lions offensive line allowed 10 sacks last week. So it's kind of expected for them to, get it going with Khalil Mack back. He is going to be back this weekend. And also, we're going to go to the running backs now. They at running back, LeGarrette Blount. I'm not too sure about him. I think he could be. I thought he was going to have a decent year with the Eagles, but the Eagles, ended up trading for Jay Ajayi. So, and I don't know if he's doing that good here because he's starting to lose his job to Kerryon Johnson, who I will get with in a second. As long as this starts to load up here, I don't even know at this point. I was being super dumb today. So we will wait for that. Now, Kerryon Johnson, he's fourth in the NBA season started. I'm already watching a bunch of it. Kerryon Johnson, he's fourth in yards per carry at around. I'm not sure about it's a little over 5 yards per carry, so he's fourth in the NFL. The Bears they've had a good run defense all year, except when they faced, I believe it was Frank Gore. Frank Gore ran for 100 yards. He was the first 100-yard running back against the Bears. So hopefully they can get themselves to get Frank Gore. He was having it. He was coming back to his old self. So sight cannot be reached really. Hold on, I might just have to. So I think Kerryon Johnson could have a big day if the Bears do not keep an eye on him. Most of their offense is gonna run through him because he is just that good. I'm not gonna disrespect Matt Ryan. I'm just saying that he's been too good for you not to give him the ball. So I think that is something they should worry about because Kerryon Johnson, he's a little over 5.7 yards per attempt. That is fourth in the league. His long is 71 yards, and he only has one touchdown on the year. So that's very interesting. He's had 500 yards on 89 carries. So that is, he's on his way to, I believe he is on his way to almost 1,000-yard season if he can. LeGarrette Blount has been their red zone guy. He's got 3 touchdowns. He's been the red zone guy. So, and they did recently release Amir Abdullah, so he is gone. So yeah, those are the running backs. They're going to use LeGarrette Blount in the red zone. I'm not sure how much that's going to work for the Lions because as long as we could tackle, which we've had a couple problems with that over the past couple over the past 4 games. We've had a couple problems with that. So who knows? But it's just I don't see how LeGarrette Blount can get past our run defense. We are pretty much right there. So Matthew Stafford on the year, he's been sacked 23 times. He's been sacked 23 times, guys. So that is just, I thought that was pretty interesting. So their offensive line is in the middle of the pack. It's an average. It's been ranked in the middle of the pack. It's an average offensive line. And Khalil Mack's had a little bit of a problem against tackles who have not been known to be that good. So I don't know. Maybe they can contain Khalil Mack. Hopefully Khalil Mack has been wanting to play, so hopefully he can just make a statement on that. He is back. He hasn't gone anywhere. That could be the case. So, receiving statistics. So, Kenny Golladay leads with 5,023 yards. That is a breakout season for him with on only 33 receptions. So they do on 15.8 yards per reception. His long is 60 yards. He is a deep threat. He's got 3 touchdowns on the year. But look at Marvin Jones. They're gonna look to use him in the red zone as well if the running game is not a good option. He's got 5 touchdowns, and his long is 39. So that's way less than what Kenny Golladay has. Marvin Jones, he's going to be good for them in the red zone. They have to watch out for that. Theo Riddick has also been their pass catching. Well, not too much. He's only got about 170 yards. So he's not really that much of a pass catching back, but he's something to look forward to. There's their third and fourth best receivers are Theo Riddick and Kerryon Johnson. So you do have to worry about that a little bit. So that's basically what their offense is. Their defense, they do have they did get Damon Snacks Harrison. He's a very good run defender, something that they really need. Their run defense hasn't been all that good all season. They are going to get Ezekiel Ansah back, so he's going to provide that edge rush for them. Let's see. They do have Christian Jones, former Chicago Bear. He hasn't been out there too much though, but he's got a sack. He's got 19 tackles for them. They've got Darius Slay back there, big play Slay, who hasn't had an interception on the year yet. They have Quandre Diggs, who's amassed a bit of he's third in tackles on his team. Gerard Davis is their I don't know if it was Gerard or Jared. He's a middle linebacker. He's been pretty good. He's been pretty solid. He's got 50 tackles and 3 sacks. So he's going to be probably their leader on defense. When we're talking about our offense, him and Tariq Cohen, they're probably going to put him on Tariq Cohen. They could have him spy on Mitchell Trubisky because Mitchell Trubisky has been a threat in the run game. So yeah, and my internet is so being so slow right now. They're 20th in points per game. They're 21st in yards per game. They're 20th in passing yards. And they're 21st in rushing yards. So, definitely a little bit lower tier, possibly closer to the middle of pack offense, in my opinion. So, hold on. You have to look up that again. Is it going to work or is it not going to work? Anyways, if it doesn't work, then I think you guys get the idea. Their rushing defense hasn't been good. Maybe they can turn it around. Their run defense hasn't been good, but Damon Snacks Harrison has been a little bit of a help. May not look like it in the statistics, but I think he has helped. Their defense, their secondary looks a little good, but Quandre Diggs and Darius Slay have been a little bit underwhelming this year. So how do I see the matchups? I think Roquan Smith will have a tough task on Kerryon Johnson. They don't really have that much of a threat at tight end. I could be wrong though. Their offensive line is pretty average. We do have good edge rushers in Khalil Mack and Leonard Floyd. Bilal Nichols, hopefully he gets a chance to show what he's all about. He has shown some flashes as a great player. He could be a late round pick for us. But that front four has to work together. And I don't know if they're going to start Jonathan Bullard or not, because at the defensive end, and had Khalil Mack, Leonard Floyd on the outside with Eddie Goldman in the middle, and excuse me, man. Ooh. Or and Akeem Hicks at the other defensive end. So that's going to be a 5 on that, or they could just switch them out a bit. They're going to change schemes. But I think the way you stop this offense is that you contain Kerryon Johnson and you don't allow big plays, which is easier said than done. If you don't allow big plays by this Lions offense, you're pretty much good to go, because they're an offense that likes to get the ball down the field as fast as they can. And that's why Kerryon Johnson has had so much success, because he's made some highlight plays. Kenny Golladay has made some nice plays. Marvin Jones again. So Matthew Stafford, again, we'll have to contain him because he's still a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. So, and he could have a big day on us if we underestimate him. So that, I think, is going to be it. The matchups: Roquan Smith, Kerryon Johnson, Bryce Callahan, Kenny Golladay, Kyle Fuller, Marvin Jones, Khalil Mack, Matthew Stafford. Danny Trevathan's I think he's gonna be a beast this week. I think he's gonna have a big game. Yeah, but let's talk about our offense against their defense. So we have Adam Shaheen is coming back. So is Allen Robinson. So they're gonna have we have a little bit too many weapons. Now that we've added Adam Shaheen, we do have another pass catcher added. We've added another pass catcher to our offense. Um, another, which I believe Trey Burton was the only pass catching tight end that we really had that was good. I mean, Ben Broniker was they haven't played him because I don't think he's there. I don't think he's there yet. He was pretty good in the preseason. I don't know if he's there. I don't know if he's there yet. So all we had was Trey Burton. Now we add Adam Shaheen. That's going to give Matt Nagy more ideas to. I think Trubisky is going to be tremendous with Adam Shaheen. I think Adam Shaheen will be a very nice target for Trubisky because he likes guys that are big and tough and that can just go up and catch the ball, which is what Allen Robinson could do for you. And now he's back in. So now that they're both back in, I believe Adam Shaheen will make a big impact. The former second rounder, he will make an impact for us. I don't know why my internet's not working. So yeah. I'm so done with my internet, dude. All right. So Trey Burton and Adam Shaheen. Adam Shaheen's going to get some minutes, I believe. He is going to be a big part of what Trubisky is going. I think he's going to make Trubisky look not fantastic. I'm going to say a little bit better because Trubisky still has to grow. We all understand that. You get it. Allen Robinson gets added. Taylor Gabriel's been phenomenal. He's been able to catch Mitchell Trubisky's balls down the field. Anthony Miller is making an impact too. I'm very excited to see what he can do this weekend, because he's made a very good impact. As of late. So we have so many pass catchers now that Allen Robinson, Adam Shaheen is back. We have a lot of weapons that we can use to confuse a defense. Matt Patricia, defensive, he's basically an Einstein on the defensive side. Don't underestimate that either. But he hasn't made the rushing defense work, and neither has the secondary's been a little bit underwhelming. So the Bears can definitely take care of business this weekend. But Trubisky has to be consistent. Again, he wasn't very good last week, and that was due because he really couldn't get on the field because they kept on. There's 2 defensive touchdowns, I think. So, and we just kept on running. They just kept on running the ball because they knew that the game was already over. Why make a big play? But that one interception that he threw, that was a little bit ridiculous. I'm pretty sure he just basically just overthrew it. He probably would have wanted to take that back. I'm pretty sure that the ball just slipped on that one. That couldn't have been. He couldn't have just overthrew it that far. So he's got to get better about that. But if Trubisky can stay consistent, this team may very well make the playoffs. I do think that this team has a chance to at least make it to the wild card if the Vikings do, getting the best of us. I do think they have a really good chance of making the wild card, but there are a lot of good NFC teams. So they're just going to play this thing out, see how it goes. 10-win team could possibly not even make it in the NFC. The NFC has been way too good. The Panthers are possible wild card. The Saints are just got a complete grasp on the NFC South. The Vikings, the Rams, the Packers could come back and make a wild card. Wild card. Yeah, the Falcons in that same NFC South division could still be one. There's only you can only have 2 wild cards per conference. So a lot of NFC teams are the Seahawks. So it's gonna be a very very interesting way the playoffs work out. A lot of good teams are not even gonna make the playoffs. That's what sucks about the NFC. The NFC has been very, very good. It's been the best conference in my opinion. So that is gonna be it for me. I hope you guys got some information out of that. Some useful information. I'm not too sure about myself, but this preview kind of gives us a heads up on what's gonna happen, and I believe Danny Trevathan gonna have a big game. Kerryon Johnson could potentially have a big game if we underestimate him. So, and I don't think we will. So that's it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.